All eyes on Erika this morning as it churns through the Caribbean. You can see, though, the center of the circulation well to the west of the actual core of the moisture. A lot of that rainfall coming down, drenching parts of the Leeward Islands, up to 9 inches of rain falling in just 6 hours. So as this treks to the west-northwest, definitely going to provide a lot of big rains, definitely going to provide some high winds as well. Notice the track, though, here. There's the location if you're keeping track at home, moving to the west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. But notice how far of a westerly track this took. Initially, we were thinking Erika was turning to the northwest, back towards the Leeward Islands, but check this out. Hundreds of miles it's gone, but still moving rather westerly. So now it's finally deciding to turn to the west-northwest. Winds at 50 miles per hour. It will go right over the island of Hispaniola, which has a lot of mountains, so it's going to get torn apart a little bit today at least. That'll drop the winds by about 5 to 10 miles per hour as it advances back into the open Atlantic waters and skirts by Cuba. Then as it approaches the Florida Straits, we have pretty high confidence that's where it's heading. Beyond that, though, check out how the cone of uncertainty expands. Could make landfall either from the east coast of Florida or into the Bahamas, or could impact the Keys and come up the Gulf. If this does end up coming up the Gulf area and back into our area, that's going to actually cause for a lot more widespread problems than if it goes right up the central part of the state, like the center of the cone is thinking, or off the eastern seaboard. Either way, some good news this morning that's different than what we were talking about yesterday is the intensity of this system. Looks like it's just going to be a tropical storm as it makes landfall. Still looking like it could provide some gusty conditions towards South Florida of 60 miles per hour, but not as high as we were at least originally anticipating. But a big rainmaker, high winds could definitely be a problem as it makes its way up north. But still, many days to monitor this system, but it looks like we have increasing confidence that Florida will bear the brunt at least a little bit of this system. Meanwhile, back home early this morning, a few light showers being monitored from Steinhatchee northward towards Live Oak and on the west side of Suwannee, courtesy of a stalled out frontal system that was down towards Suwannee Valley yesterday, now actually backtracking into our area. That's why it's really muggy out there this morning and not as comfortable of a start as we saw yesterday. So 60s were in that forecast yesterday. It was very, very nice before soaring with the heat in the afternoon to the mid-90s. This morning, we tacked on 10 degrees warmer than we were yesterday, 75 right now in Tallahassee. So it's another muggy start. Summer is alive and well here in the Big Bend in South Georgia. Scattered storms are expected throughout the course of your Friday. Primarily in the afternoon, but a couple hit and miss showers, as you saw this morning, are definitely not out of the question. Unsettled conditions sticking around with us for your Saturday and Sunday as well before we get some influences from Erika getting closer to our area. Today, a couple of those bubble-up storms by high noon, but mostly offshore at that point. Those will move farther inland throughout the course of your day, and here we are by your evening rush. I think at that point, we're targeting South Georgia for more of those active stormy patterns. And then tomorrow, we'll bubble up more of those showers and storms, again, primarily in the afternoon and evening hours. Temps in the 70s this morning, heading into this afternoon, low 90s with more scattered storms. We'll call that rain threat around 40%, and overnight, we'll dip down to the 70s. Offshore waterways, want to quickly mention, partly cloudy conditions throughout the course of the day, with that light chop. And we have a few of those scattered showers and storms. So not a great beach or boating day, but definitely the earlier you can get out, the better. All right, your 7-day forecast. Definitely returning to a summer-like feel here with temps in the low 90s for the next couple of days. Had to bump up rain chances next week as Erika moves closer to the shoreline. We're definitely going to be monitoring that, and we'll have much more coming up for you in your next half hour.
Max, thank you so much. Time now for the latest in technology news. Here's Tech Bites.